believe that is 17. Yes, it's 17.
That is excellent. Okay, so what that means is that you have enough knowledge about where you are going and what you are looking for, and what you are looking for is actually the last known place where a group of, or rather a high elf had retired into those mountains and become kind of a hermit. And then the legends about him say that he had a tremendous rune magic, that he was a rune master, and that and then there was at least one or two amazing things. He was very virtuous, very, very virtuous. Went off to go leave this sinful world, kind of thing. Yeah. And so the idea that so the legend was and then he went into the mountains and never returned. And you have gone, I think this mountain and that time period, and I bet he's right around here somewhere. Right. So that's your setup there.
Okay.
I'll give him a name in a moment. I was supposed to do that and I forgot. Okay, so but he's a dude, right? You've figured that out, and now think about, in this context, what sort of contraption you might want to bring with you. Give a moment.
Yep.
Because that's why there's nothing cool on your sheet, because I wanted you to make up the contraption.
Good. Thank you.
And so for you, what sort of thing might you have checked on as you came into these mountains with Nikald to concern yourself with? Your character is a little more limited in skills.
I guess it has to be ancient lore. I mean, the other things don't seem appropriate for this area. I think etiquette and heraldry doesn't really.
And yes, and the case for ancient lore is very much history and legendary, a little bit less item specific than the treasure hunting, and a little bit more about what happened around here, who died, what happened in the wars, that kind of thing. So that, in your case, it's a very easy roll for you. Nothing, I can't really think of a negative modifier. This is near where you're from, so let's go ahead and try that. Now let's double check it. First of all, you see the number, right?
Yeah, it's 17 plus here. Then I add my level to the roll, or is
yes, correct. Yeah. And then let's see how you do.
Yeah. Not so good.
No, not so good. Right. So you aren't putting together, we're in these hills, there are lots of legends here. I wonder where this happened, sort of thing. You know things that have happened, but you're not really flashing on the details. Whereas in your case,
what is? I don't see the letters here.
I see. Yes, that's my terrible handwriting. Let me take a look. Because logic.
Logic.
Yes, your character is very good at deduction. Okay. You're pretty good. You have the basics for it.
Basic.
You have the basics. Yes. You've learned a little bit about how to put arguments together and things like that. Yeah. One last thing I forgot about the setup was that your character also has ceremony, where you can ask for guidance from God, basically, and that in guidance is a specific form of that. Yeah, actually. You can also these are routines you can do. You will actually be spending source points to do them.
Okay, and somber.
Somber chant is when you. This is why traveling with a steward is weird, right? Here we go.
I mean, detect evil, detect lies. I understand.
Mm-hmm. Well,
spiritual impression.
Right. The somber chant allows you to make a faith check, and if you succeed, then something good happens for you. You get lucky. Right. Okay. So it's kind of funny. You're gloomy to get lucky. And then detect evil is not actually about just evil intentions. It's about the magical quality of evil, like cosmic evil.
Okay.
Right, corruption.
That's both people and
things. People and things, And detecting lies, you have to touch them. while they are lying. They might not like that. So,
And guidance was from God.
guidance, yes, the ability to receive divine guidance. What should I do next?
And spiritual impression, is that what
It means actually you will be able to see things left behind from a person's psychic residue. You can actually analyze what impacts they have had on a thing or a place.
Okay.
For example, who killed this guy,
Okay.
or or
okay, I
Right.
see. If
Who used this weapon?
yeah, exactly. Anything. So it's actually coupled with logic. Your character's a pretty good detective.
Yeah.
yeah, it's stupid that I am not that high in that. But that's okay. Yeah. Okay.
So you can think a little bit about what you want to do. We have just a little bit. If you want to do any of those now,
My
for
lady,
example,
we will be honored
you don't have
to
really time for a
escort
ceremony.
you to
There we go.
to the city.
I was thinking of maybe looking at the dark lore. If this is something that comes to mind.
The first thing we're going to do is travel,
That's true.
and then we will check some dark lore.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do the travel first to find out your circumstances, because I am thinking about. Well, first of all, if you guys are hungry and tired and badly slept, is really what we're talking about.
Okay.
Is travel such a skill? I mean, is
Yes.
it related to how you travel?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's it's both orientation. Are we going the right way for where we are going, and also are we properly taking care of ourselves as we do it?
Okay. But we have,
Survival-ish.
Yeah, outdoor survival they have too, but that's
Okay.
when your plans have gone bad,
Okay, yeah.
right? Or when you have deliberately
I mean,
thrown off
yeah.
the formal way of doing things and are out there actually trying to survive in the woods. These guys are doing it the way they're supposed to. It's just how
good are
yeah,
they? Yeah.
how did this go? So, and a big part of this too would be avoiding getting the bandits on your tail.
Okay. So
Yeah, there's no perception roll in this game. Perception is always a function of a relevant skill.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's logic. So travel is so I get this right. I roll this and I add 2 to the roll.
You add 2.
and I need to be more than base level.
Yes, you need the
But
15 or
unless
higher.
you do something. So-
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And this 15, yes.
Okay.
Because your intellect, that's based on your intellect.
Yes, I
Yeah.
understand.
No.
So that's fine.
Yes, excellent.
Right.
Not bad. Okay, so as you travel up into the hills, strangely enough, Nico manages to keep his head about where they're going, and is able to. You are able to travel effectively to the places where you thought you were going, and nicely, you do spot here and there evidence that people use these roads or pathways, and you have avoided their scrutiny.
But we travel by foot or
You have horses.
or
That's
horses.
you will have horses.
Okay.
Yeah, the two of you. You both also are. You have probably a third animal with you, with your armor and things like that.
Because we don't.
You're not
travel
going.
with
Yeah,
the full plate. No.
Yeah. But both of
Light
you
plate.
definitely have the Coation light plate armor. So, and you have relatively formal weapons. Both of you. You don't have a knife. You have a dagger, for example. Okay, so
Sorry, but
Yeah.
you guys want to take me back to the court?
Yes.
Take me to court.
Not
Okay,
that type of court.
no.
Or
And Jörgen, would you mind if our characters were lovers?
what already?
I figured that we already knew each other.
No, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and it's no big thing
No.
to me either.
It's just you seem like a sensuous lady, so physical kind of person. So yeah,
I
that
do?
makes sense. No, I mean the Miss Enda.
Okay.
She- the way-
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I was talking about Mr.
Me too.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I see
everything
her,
else is not my business.
Yeah. I see her as tough and very down to earth.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Businesslike.
So in this case, with you, I haven't really given you the nature of the problems that you're facing. Your roles are actually giving me context for how to situate you in this. So the question is, if people are looking for you, do you want to be found?
I guess this is really new knowledge to me that I am supposedly the heir.
Well, you haven't. That has not been revealed to you.
Okay,
Yet.
right. Yes.
So the two. Well, let's see. They are going to find you because we have said so.
Yeah.
But I want to know how hard it was.
Yeah.
Did you guys have to? Did you have to suffer to find her?
Oh, definitely.
And so
Yeah.
that would probably be hiding.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Can I use yours?
Sure.
Guy? So
I mean, I would say that I am not that keen on people
Mm-hmm.
getting close to us because, well,
You have stuff to do.
yeah,
Yeah, I
we
mean,
have
I don't know.
You haven't found this.
important things to go to, and I don't want anybody else to get to that place.
Yeah, and yes, and I'm a suspicious kind of girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I add my level to the roll.
Yes.
Yes.
And you need the target number.
Yes, 30
Right.
plus. And I fail it.
Okay.
11.
Well, that means you guys came upon them quite easily,
Yeah.
and that was not.
I did my best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was not successful. So
We smelled
it wasn't.
that,
yeah.
It wasn't difficult,
Wet dog.
right?
Yes, and you got a rude meeting.
Yeah.
I'm very rude against you.
So yes, all right. So I mean, you have found her, and she seems pretty rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Right, them two, the two of you.
We had no problem identifying her.
Apparently not.
No.
Yes. And so at this point, I would like to tell you a little bit about. Oh wait, the contraption.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking I will give you some things, and then
Yeah,
you can say
yeah.
no or yes.
It's mostly a difficulty issue. So
Yeah. First, a question. In my combat style, can I use missile weapons?
Yes. In fact, I was thinking that some sort of spring dart,
Yeah.
or something like that.
We were all thinking that.
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh. I think yes.
Yeah.
The mercenary combat for you definitely is a very practical thing of kill the dude,
Yeah.
be done, kind of fighting.
So either I'm looking at some kind of crossbow arbalest thingy, or something that is connected to the arm.
If for our case, I think that since you, either one is fine. Either one is fine. The crossbows and things already exist. So you would be making a fancy or, it has properties that crossbows ordinarily do not.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that one.
Repeating crossbow.
Or it could be something that, you actually slip on, and it's much more stable, and perhaps uses, some aspect of its connection on your body to brace itself. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah.
But so that's what you're looking for, is some sort of crossbow that has an advantage over others, and not as physically limited, and like how many times you have to, how long it takes to cock it and things like that.
Precisely.
Yeah. Okay. That actually, since you are working with some pretty basic stuff, you have the natural laws and engineering as well.
Yes.
And so combining skills, the trouble is if we make you roll on each one of them, your chances actually go down rather than up, and that's stupid.
Mhm.
So they don't really have rules for how one skill augments another.
Okay.
So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I could probably extrapolate a rule if I wanted to. Right now, let's just do the contraptions.
Okay.
I know. We'll do the contraptions, and if it fails, and it's not catastrophic, then we will give you a chance to get somewhere with it,
Okay.
right?
I'm with
Just and so you're with the other skills.
Yep.
That makes sense. It's
Okay.
kind of backup.
Good.
Just not as good as a contraption. That's all.
Yep. Okay. I go with the.
I like that. Okay, got it. That makes sense to me.
Yep. 11.
11. And this is a thing. This is actually not so bad. Let's make it a. Let's do a -2.
Okay. So then I need to come to 13, and then I have 5. So 8. Correct.
Yeah.
11.
All right. Excellent. So you have then, and the reason there wasn't much penalty is we figured you did this back where you do all your work.
Yep.
You've got a blacksmith laboratory there or workshop there and everything you need. So, and it's just working off of improving a crossbow. It's not
Yep.
like you had to go off and get all sorts of strange alloys or something.
Yeah. Good. Now some other things also. Looking glass, is that a thing that exists?
Yes. So you can just have a mirror if you want to.
No. Okay, not looking glass. Like a bin.
Oh, yes. Okay,
It's
telescope.
It's not, yeah.
Telescope, yeah.
Yeah.
Although spyglass, they would have
Spyglass,
called it.
yes.
Yeah. They exist, and I think you can just have one.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think so. It works for the character perfectly.
Yep.
Yeah, especially, you know what I liked in one movie that I saw? They showed that what it was just leather.
Yeah.
And
Robin Hood.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
had the 2 lenses, and
Yes.
so they just whipped it up, and I was like, oh, well, of course that's the way they would have done it originally.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Lockpick or some kind of because I don't see that I have that, but that could be engineering perhaps.
Engineering, yes. Let's say you have some basic tools with you that could serve as lockpicks as well as
Okay,
anything else.
Good.
Yeah.
And finally, compass. Is that something that is
Compass is something you would probably have to invent.
okay? Then I go with that one.
Okay. So do you want to try for that one?
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot harder. So in that case, we're dealing with a -6.
Okay, good. I will go with that one. So then it's 10. No, it's 12. Because I have 5.
Right.
5 plus -6 and 11, so 12. Come on. No.
No. Okay. Well, you're working on the compass.
And
So as you're traveling along with him, he pulls out his compass and curses a few times every so often. Says, "Really,
It should work."
really." And you're like, "Oh yeah, okay,
no.
sure it
This
is."
is not. That is the correct way.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
yeah, well, go your way.
Yeah.
Stupid
So
machine.
yeah. So okay. I think we're in good shape.
Yep.
So since you have located the place, you have a pretty good idea of where this place is that you are looking for.